इसमें मैं आपको क्या कह रहा हूँ कि इस चीज़ को समझिए कि आप बहुत स्पेशल लोग हैं, तो इस बात को कभी मत भूलिए। उसको मैं हिंदी में ही दोहरा रहा हूँ कि हिंदी का एक गाना था, उसी गाने से मैंने मोटिवेशन ली है कि आप स्पेशल हैं, मैं स्पेशल हूँ। आप में से हर एक आदमी, लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, यू आर ब्यूटीफुल पीपल, कि धूप निकलती है जहाँ से और रंग बसता है जहाँ पे, खबर ही अब आई वहाँ से कि कोई नुकसान है। Thank you very much and have a great evening. We have 2 more people and I truly appreciate that you have the patience to listen to me for 1 hour. Some of my family members don't have that patience. Thanks a lot. We'll catch up next time. We have lot more programs on Platter. We'll be offering those programs through our website, through Gaj India website, through my website. You can contact Dharmendra, you can contact Neelam ji. I'll leave my cell number if you want here. My number is 9900002775. You can mail me anytime, I'll mail you back with some good material. I don't send junk mails. I don't receive junk mail. What you send, what you receive. I never receive junk mail. You know why? Life is like a boomerang. What you give comes back to you. So some of you who are receiving a lot of junk mail, don't blame somebody. Maybe you have been sending a lot of it. You know what is a junk mail? किसी ने भेजा ऐश्वर्या राय की फोटो आपने आगे फॉरवर्ड कर दी. That is called junk mail. That's called junk mail. Junk mail does not mean junk. Junk mail means mail which is not connected to your future. Okay. So I will send you mails with attachments, and my mail ID is easy to remember: tarun@tarunahuja.com. So I truly appreciate your time, truly appreciate and thankful for your gift of time to me, because time is a very precious commodity. So I'm grateful that you have given your time to me, and I honor your time. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening, friends.
Thank to all of us. And now I would like to welcome Mr. Aman Chowd on derivatives. Please welcome, sir.
That would rather bring a more of occasional front. Can I have a round of applause?
बोलो. हाँ बोलो ना. हाँ चल रहा है. आधा पौना घंटा हो रहा है. वहीं से निकला और क्या करूँ बताओ.
Okay, coming on to the business now. My name is Aman Chowd. I am a chartered accountant by qualification, as you all are. I did my training with PwC PricewaterhouseCoopers and then moved into GE Infrastructure based out of US in Boston. Had done mergers and acquisitions out there. Right now in this session, I am really thankful to Mr. Gaurav Jain, R.K. Gaur Sahab in particular, Gaurav Jain in particular, Dharmendra ji in particular, and I am equally thankful and equivocal to you all as well for sparing your precious time and coming over here to attend this session. I look forward to your participation, your thoughts, your questions, and your valuable wishes so that this session can be run smoothly. A word of appreciation and a gesture of appreciation in the form of clapping is highly appreciable. Okay, regarding derivatives, in fact, before we come on to the derivatives concept, in fact, as you have done all your, in fact, you have done your chartered accountancy as I have done, during our CA times, derivatives was a newly introduced concept, newly introduced course. In order to clear this concept, in order to clear this course, in fact, it was a part of MAFA as it is right now as well. I had referred to around 11 books at that point of time. 11 books particularly for derivatives. And believe me, when I had entered into ICICI Bank, practically doing this all derivative stuff in currency derivatives, I realized there is a huge yawning gap what I had done critically and what I am doing practically. Derivatives is a huge concept, a huge jargon which includes a lot many stuff. But before we come on to the derivatives, we are all chartered accountants. Let me frame a simple question to you. What do you mean by spot? What is a spot rate? Spot rate.
Current rate.
Yeah. Current rate. Okay. Present rate available. Okay. Any more thoughts? Spot rate.
Current market rate.
Current market rate. Okay. Wonderful. Why I am saying wonderful? Because when I had joined into ICICI Bank in Treasury Department, practically into the department rather, this was the very first question which was framed across to me by my trainer, and he said, "Boss, what do you mean by spot rate?" Being a first shot CA amongst various IIMs and various other CAs, मैंने भी ऐसे किया बॉस. मैंने 11 बुक्स पढ़ी हुई हैं, CA फर्स्ट शॉट है, PwC की ट्रेनिंग है, तो मैंने कहा बॉस स्पॉट रेट मैं बताऊंगा. ट्रेनर से या टेल मी. मैंने कहा सर करंट रेट. कहता नो. दिस इज नॉट द राइट आंसर। मैंने ओके, मैंने करंट मार्केट रेट, कहता नो दिस इज आल्सो नॉट द राइट आंसर। मैंने यार 11 किताबें पढ़ी हैं, मैंने अच्छा चलो कोई बात नहीं, स्पॉट रेट को बाद में देखते हैं क्या है। देन ही केम ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय डेरिवेटिव्स? व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय डेरिवेटिव्स? Derivatives, it's a huge jargon, a huge concept, yeah. Please.
It's value from underlying security.
Underlying security or underlying assets, yeah.
Okay. In fact, in most of our critical books, I have read and you have also read the same books. In fact, the same definition comes. Derivatives are contracts which are based on one or more underlying assets. है ना? उसी को याद करते हैं। और जिंदगी में जब तक प्रैक्टिकली डेरिवेटिव्स ना करें तो तब तक हम यही सोचते रहते हैं बस ये अंडरलाइन क्या है और ये अंडरलाइन एसेट्स क्या है, इसका मतलब नहीं समझ आता है ना। अब वाह सही बोल दिया, यानी कि स्पॉट तो गलत है, डेरिवेटिव सही बोल दिया। कहता व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय अंडरलाइन एसेट्स? यार ये तो किसी किताब में लिखा नहीं था, डेरिवेटिव्स आर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स व्हिच आर बेस्ड ऑन अंडरलाइन एसेट्स, बट अंडरलाइन एसेट्स क्या है ये तो किसी किताब में नहीं लिखा। ओके, फिर उसका क्वेश्चन ये था कैन इट बी बेस्ड ऑन अंडरलाइन लायबिलिटीज? ऐसी तो डेफिनेशन 11 किताबें पढ़ी हैं मैंने, सीए फर्स्ट शॉट में क्लियर किया ये।
We have to cover it a bit quickly, a bit rapidly, but I would love to have more questions from your end as well, so that you can learn it in a more basic approach.
Derivatives was started somewhere in 1850s. 1850s, particularly in Chicago Board of Trade, CBOT. Okay, and it was started with commodity futures. अब commodity यानी commodities and future यानी future में, तो अल्टीमेटली कमोडिटी फ्यूचर्स, ये हिंदी में समझ आता है। कमोडिटी फ्यूचर्स 1860 में, 1850 और 1860 के बीच में शिकागो बोर्ड ऑफ ट्रेड हैड इंट्रोड्यूस्ड अ कांसेप्ट ऑफ कमोडिटी फ्यूचर्स व्हिच वाज लेटर रीनेम्ड एज शिकागो मर्केंटाइल एक्सचेंज। ओके, then in India as well, in somewhere in 1999 we also wanted to bring this derivatives concept in India. So in order to bring this derivatives concept in India, what is derivatives? अभी आराम से दिल थाम के हम करेंगे पूरा derivatives, but what is derivative concept? उससे पहले ये समझें कि derivatives इंडिया में आया कब? 1999 में सेक्शन 2 सबसेक्शन AA ऑफ सिक्योरिटीज कॉन्ट्रैक्ट रेगुलेशन एक्ट, उसने रेफर किया कि डेरिवेटिव्स की डेफिनेशन देनी चाहिए, एंड देन डेरिवेटिव्स की डेफिनेशन दी, क्या है उसके अंदर वो बाद में देखते हैं। बट सेक्शन 2 सबसेक्शन AA ऑफ सिक्योरिटीज कॉन्ट्रैक्ट रेगुलेशन एक्ट हैड सेड व्हाट इज डेरिवेटिव्स, and also derivatives was included in the definition of security as defined under section 2 subsection H of Securities Contract Regulation Act 1956. So that means एक legal definition को first time in India was given by Securities Contract Regulation Act with a reference in FEMA as well. Okay, but उस time पे क्या होता था? Not much of legal transactions was done. So ultimately, in order to give a legal definition to Securities Contract Regulation Act as well, why legal definition? Because Section 30 of Indian Contract Act refers to wages. वो कहता है बस wages. Wages क्या है? वो कहता है speculative contracts are wages and wages contracts are void ab initio. Being a law student or a CA student, we know void ab initio means शुरू होने से पहले खत्म. So ultimately, speculative contracts are wages and wages contracts are void ab initio, so these are all illegal, you can primarily say that. But point is, in order to lend a legal definition to it in Hindustan ki economy, under section 18A of Securities Contract Regulation Act, it was mentioned, notwithstanding anything contained in the provisions of the law for the time being in force in the domestic territory of Indian economy, I repeat, in spite of anything contained in the provisions of the law for the time being in force, उस time पे in force क्या था? Indian Contract Act and all those other acts. वो कहता है in spite of anything contained in the provisions of the law for the time being in force in the domestic territory of Indian economy, derivative trading shall be legal, provided क्या boss? Provided it is traded on exchange. Oh, that means exchange traded derivatives are legal. Okay. Then what about over-the-counter exchange? Over-the-counter means forwards, a bit of options, and so forth. अब over-the-counter के बारे में Securities Contract Regulation Act Section 18A में कोई जिक्र नहीं हुआ. So later on, a lot many clients they entered into forwards, and the clients who were at the receiving end, as in who had incurred losses, they entered into litigations. In order to stop such litigations, they were referring to Section 30 of Indian Contract Act that these are wages, also Securities Contract Regulation Act that these 18A of Securities Contract Regulation Act. Then the then Finance Minister of India, he referred to his budgetary speech and said